Hey folks, this is Arcaden with a quick video on how combat works in Doom: The Dark Ages. I made this video for those of you who are interested in the game but want to know a bit more about how it feels to actually play it. Or even for those of you who have started the game but combat hasn't quite clicked yet. It's not a combat tutorial, it's an overview presented in a way to help you understand the rhythm of the game and get into that. Instead of straightforward running and gunning, or trying to outsmart enemy tactics, the moment-to-moment gameplay of Doom: The Dark Ages plays more like a high-octane version of rock, paper, scissors. Enemies have specific weaknesses, abilities, or defenses, and you have counters to these within your arsenal. As you get surrounded by the demons of hell, your task is to manage that expansive arsenal quickly, on the fly, to wreak the best havoc possible. The Slayer, or the Doom Guy, has a variety of weapons and abilities, and they could be upgraded and tweaked, of course, because it's a game. Your shield is a big one. Of course, it blocks things, and you don't want to be shy about blocking, because that's really definitely a part of the game. The shield also has an ability called Shield Charge, where you could lock onto an enemy and charge into them from large distances. Lots of fun. Early on, your shield gets a saw blade upgrade, and then the shield can be thrown, sticking it in an enemy while it spins with its little blades and stunning them for a moment. Also enjoyable. And with your shield, you could parry green-colored enemy attacks. On the standard difficulty, the parry window is pretty generous, so don't worry, this isn't like a Souls-like. You also have a gauntlet, which you use to melee enemies. With this gauntlet and the shield as big weapons, the game is really encouraging you to stay close to large enemies. You block, parry, and slug it out, and in return, you increase your melee charge rate each time you parry, or you freeze the enemies after a successful melee combo. And of course the guns. Electric guns, guns that shoot bombs, nail guns, a shotgun that sets demons on fire, you know, the usual. Then the enemies are matched to specific weapons or tactics. For example, Tony here has a metal shield, which makes him hard to kill. If you shoot his shield with the rail spike shredder, however, it superheats, turning red, and then when you throw your shield at it, it shatters and kills him and his cousins around him. Tony's brother Victor over here went with the energy shield variant today, but you could achieve the same effect if you shoot him, but you have to use an energy weapon, like the accelerator. Now you could try to get behind them, I guess, or power through the energy shield, but you don't get the area of effect attack. It's much less effective. The game wants you to switch. Another example, Maria here has tough skin and your shield will bounce off of her, but if you use the shield charge, she explodes, just like fodder enemies do when they're hit with the shield charge, making that shield bash not just a great traversal mechanic, but also a helpful ad clear, or if you melee them, you get health, which lets you stay in the fight longer to make a finisher move, which does something like that. And so on and so on. All of this combines in a way that makes the Dark Ages combat feel like an intense action puzzle, where you're dodging, running, and constantly having to think about what next tool in your arsenal is the best to use in that current moment, and it changes, sometimes very quickly. In some ways, this feels a lot like a rhythm game. When you're hitting the parries, switching weapons efficiently, clearing a room, you get that same kind of flow state that you could get in a good rhythm game, and it's a lot of fun. Once I got the approach and could focus on learning how to play the game in the way it wants, the fights became very enjoyable and very rhythmic. I still have a good amount of game left, so we'll see if the enjoyment lasts, how the arsenal grows, but right now I'm digging it. So if this sounds like it might be fun to you, and you like the idea of flying on a little dragon that then will rip the neck out of a titan and kill it, well, this might be for you. I hope you enjoyed learning about demonic rock, paper, scissors. Let me know if you have any questions, happy to answer them in the comments. And in the meantime, have a great rest of your day.